Welcome to On the Last Episode, the podcast for English learners who like movies and series. Here you can improve your English and have fun with our episodes and exercises. This is episode number 5, season 7, The Road So Far, with our host Jennifer.
Good morning and Merry Christmas, everyone. I hope everyone is doing really well. I am. It's Christmas week, so how could I not be okay, right? Like I keep telling you guys, I really love this time of years. Today, we will talk about the road so far in season 7 of The Walking Dead. Yes, that's right. Right now, we are in the pause of the series, if you want. We already saw the first half of it, and now we have to wait until February to see the rest. So we will today do some sort of a summary of the main things that happened so far and some theories of what could still happen, and try to understand some of the things that happened, because this season has really had its up and downs. And for example, the first episode of the season was a really big hit. It had in US alone 17.3 million viewers, but between episode 2 and episode 7, it really declined. And then in episode 7 and 8, it got a little bit better again. But a lot of people are quite worried that the series is losing viewers and people are losing interest. And to a certain extent, I can agree. And I do agree with it. Because at some point it just became more of the same. We are in the 7th season, so yes, we saw it all. They have a fight against zombies or walkers or people, and then they get up, things get better, they think now they have some sort of life, and then it all happens again. And this has been repeating quite often in the series, in the show. And I guess people are getting a little bit tired maybe of seeing the same thing over and over again. So for example, one of the things that I liked is the fact that between episode 2 and 6, each episode was focused in one group of people. So first, we started with the kingdom, where we have King Ezekiel and the tiger Shiva, and where right now Morgan and Carol are also living. And they really seem to live in some sort of paradise, really. And we know it's not true, because they need to serve the saviors just as much as everyone else. But for the people living in that community, the kingdom, they really feel like they found some sort of paradise, a place where they are safe. And for now, they are. But for how long? Good question. Then in episode 3, we go back to Alexandria and we see how the events from episode 1, the death of Glenn and Abraham, how that affected everyone else. And then episode 4, we see Hilltop and what happened with Maggie and Sasha. And yeah, we have the good news. Maggie is still pregnant and Sasha is there helping her. And of course, the president doesn't want them there because he knows that the saviors are coming, and so he doesn't want any trouble. But Jesus, he is there, and he helps maybe the president understand that they have to keep them there because she's pregnant and the doctor wants her nearby to check on the baby and make sure that everyone is okay. And of course, as in one of the evenings, probably the saviors, they open the gates and they set some sort of trap so that zombies would be attracted to the hilltop. Maggie, she played a really important role and she helped save the place, so people really are into Maggie right now, and it's nice to see how she is finally getting that leader role that I have been really hoping to see her to get. So it's really nice to see that one happening. And then, of course, in episode 6, we find this whole new community. Like we already... No, wait. I forgot the saviors. So episode 2, we have the kingdom. Then episode 3, we have the saviors that we already met. But we have a better look at what is maybe their headquarters, or at least where Negan lives, because we know that they have a lot of posts and places around. But we see in episode 3 the place where Negan lives, and this is very interesting, of course. And so yeah, then episode 2 Kingdom, episode 3 Saviors, episode 4 Alexandria, episode 5 Hilltop, and episode 6 we have Oceanside. And in Oceanside is also a very new place. It's a group of women and they live near the ocean. And of course they also met the saviors. I mean, everyone, all the groups we saw so far, they have suffered in a way or another with the saviors. And so this group of women, they don't have any men left in their group because the saviors apparently killed them all. So they are hiding. But I really think it was nice, to let that what they did, that they really focused in those first episodes, they really focused in those groups, because then we really could have a better idea. They could develop a little bit better some of those characters, because I mean right now we have so many people and the groups, they are so big and there's so much going on that it's been hard, I guess, also for them to really develop some of those characters and build them so that we really get more attached to them. Maybe this is also one of the reasons why the audience is dropping, because this was missing, really. Because, I mean, you have to know those characters also to get attached to them. And it was hard because we didn't really get to see much of those characters, to care much about them. And now they gave the series the time to do that, so I think it's really amazing that they did it. We learned a lot more about Negan, although Negan is still a very big question mark for me, because we have no idea where he comes from, why he is the way he is, because at the same time he is such a cruel person, but he refuses to hurt women, for example. And he also, when Carl goes there to try and kill him, he seems amused by the idea that this kid would go through all that trouble just to go there and kill him. And so he really is a mystery. And then he has that, the actor has that amazing smile, but at the same time, every time you see him smile, you know it's because something evil is going to happen or just has happened. And talking about Negan and Carl, a lot of people think that what happens in the comics is probably going to happen in the series as well. And yeah, from what we saw so far, could be true, that Negan really feels not really attracted, but he really finds Carl intriguing, and so that he would try to take Carl into his wing, if you want, and teach him how to become a leader or a new Negan. Carl didn't really get punished for going there and doing the things he did. It could be true, yeah. Negan really seemed to connect with Carl, and Carl also seemed to connect with Negan because, I mean, come on, the boy, he has gone through so many ugly things already in his life. So I think it's even Negan who says that he has like psychopath look. So I guess they could be in the same group if you want, because both of them they can be quite violent sometimes. And we also see when they are focusing on the saviors that people don't really respect Negan. They are just afraid of him. They are terrified of him. So this also shows us that his rule of terror is a ticking time bomb. Because the minute Negan maybe is sick or something happens to him and he cannot be the tough guy anymore, maybe some of the saviors even will do something to take him down. And we also see when Carl goes there, we also see how, or Carl also gets to see, because we already saw something similar in another episode. Carl sees how Negan punishes a man by burning his face because he met with one of Negan's wives. But you need to understand, right? This wife, she used to be that man's wife before. So they met, I guess she missed him and he missed her. And for that, he doesn't get killed, but his face is burned, so he never forgets that he did something he was not supposed to. We have this whole thing going on where Maggie maybe is going to become the new Hilltop leader and maybe even the president, because Jesus doesn't seem interested in the role, so maybe she will, or at least he's planning on making her the new president. So this could be interesting also for Alexandria, because then they could still trade. And now in the end of this first half of the season, we saw how they might be joining forces to try and do something against the saviors, because they know that it's just not possible to maintain it the way it is. At some point, someone will not deliver, or they will just have a misunderstanding and things will escalate, and they will escalate very quickly. So it seems like they decided they are going to take the next step. But I'm not sure if this is the wise thing to do, because Negan has arms and he has many people. So I guess we will have to wait and see what happens. So there is also some talk about producers bringing this new group who apparently in the comics they come way later, but one of the producers said that they could come already in this season. This is a new group, they're called the Whisperers, and apparently they would come and question the savior's power. They would try and take it away from them. So maybe this could be then the point where Rick's group and Hilltop, they could use this opportunity and let both big groups fight against each other, and then take the advantage and maybe, I don't know, in the end try and fight only the survivors of the winning group, or even trying to stand together and be independent. Who knows? But yeah, this could be their chance, because right now, the way things are, they don't even have guns. So them trying to stand up against the saviors is just crazy. Completely crazy. And it's just a bad idea. I really don't think they should do that. Of course, there are some questions as well as to what will happen. I mean, come on, in the episode where we see Oceanside, we have Tara and Heath. And we know what happened with Tara, but Heath just disappeared. So my question is, where the hell is Heath? I mean, what happened to him? We saw that he was surrounded by walkers just as much as Tara was, and then she fell into the water. But what happened to him? Is he dead? Is he a walker? Isn't he? So I guess we will have to wait and see if they are going to give us any answers to that. We also see that, for example, this whole agreement maybe between Negan and those groups, this is not going to work in the long term, especially not with Alexandria, because in Alexandria they don't really grow food. So he says he's expecting them to deliver something interesting every week, but how is that possible? Because everything that's nearby has already been plundered, or other people have already taken what was there. So they will need to go farther and farther each week, and this is just not going to be doable in the way Negan is expecting. So this might also be one of the things that will bring them to have some sort of disagreement very soon, because he will expect something and then they will not have anything to give, and then more people will die. Other question, what will Negan do with Eugene? Will he make or force Eugene to make more bullets for him? Or will he... Because now we know that Daryl escaped, right? So what will he do? Will he just put Eugene in Daryl's cell and make him pay for that? I don't know. Well, he seems like a intelligent guy, so if he doesn't let his anger take control over him, he should really use all the knowledge that Eugene has, because he may not be very brave, but he's very intelligent, so Negan really should take advantage of that. So, other question, what about the pigs? Will they make people sick? Won't they make people sick? Because they just appeared once, and I'm asking myself, what will happen if they really will have some sort of consequence, maybe? And also, how will now Hilltop and Alexandria unite forces? And will the kingdom go with them? And will Tara tell other people about Oceanside? And will all those 4 groups then unite and fight against the Saviors? I guess we will have to wait until February to maybe find out what will happen. But yeah, I guess some of those questions we might just have in season 8 or 9, or because we have no idea how many seasons we are going to have. But season 8 is confirmed already, so we know we still have at least a few more episodes. Okay, so I wish you guys again an amazing Christmas, and talk to you on the next episode. Oh, by the way, don't forget, if you want to see the transcripts, if you want to see the exercises, please go to our website. On the last episode, everythingsmallingtogether.com. Okay? See you next time.